Okay, next we're looking at measurements and measuring scales, and this is just a very quick introduction to these, and I'll be doing an actual video for you to watch uh, right after this so that you can see uh, the scales and so forth that we'll actually be using later. Uh, of course, metric measurements have become the world standard except for the United States. They wanted to adopt metrics, as you know, back in the early 1800s. Thomas Jefferson campaigned for that, tried to push that through, but Congress didn't want to do it. And it's foundered ever since then here in the United States. So you do need to know how to read millimeters and how to scale with metrics, and we will cover some of that in this particular chapter. We'll also be looking at the architectural scales and the mechanical measuring scales that are based on the imperial units of the inch. So we have fractional inch measurements. Uh, Usually for mechanical, we're looking at a 32nd of an inch. For structural, we're looking at a 16th of an inch measurement. Is plenty accurate. Some fabrication might be as small as a 32nd, but usually it's involved with some kind of machining. Then we can go even finer to each little mark is 2/100ths of an inch. So you take an inch, divide it up into 100 equal parts, and then um, set off your marks every two divisions, and that's what you've got along each one of these. So there's really 50 divisions here, if you counted them, and that would come out to 0.02 as a length for each little space. Pretty fine measuring. Pretty ridiculous to try to measure and draw that way, but we'll use it to, of course, measure objects. Then there's the architectural scale. And architectural scale are based on 12 inches. It's called an open divided scale. And over to the right or to the left of the 0 will be the portion that's equal to a foot. Okay, so there's a quarter of an inch, and it's equal to 1 foot. And then over this way are the inches, where we've taken the quarter inch and made it into 12 equal divisions. So each little mark on here is actually equal to an inch, so that we're able to draw what we call a 1/48 scale, or a quarter inch equals a foot. So to review, each measurement is a quarter of an inch, and we're saying we're imagining, we call it an imaginary scale, because we imagine that this is actually an entire foot, 12 inches. So house plans, elevations, anything very large in the architectural world, construction world, we use a quarter inch equals a foot. And actually reduced scale, might have an eighth inch, 16th, or 3/32 equals a foot for very large projects. Make a note that when you learn to use CAD, we always draw full size on the screen and then scale it to fit on a plotted page.